I don't know if that actually belongs to something on the east side of that fire hydrant, where it's been dripping.
The mower blade?
That's a mower blade.
No, it is.
Oh.
This is a result of finding it
Okay.
halfway out of the dirt where it shouldn't have been,
Like,
and costing me $20.
like mine, deal with the big pry bar
Yeah.
that's behind my house.
Where the hell are we now?
Yeah, that would have made a new deck.
But yeah, I figured I'd bring it. We may have other people finding them. I mean, it kind of irritates me, and it's been
Oh, that's a cover for the fire hydrant.
as water shut off,
A shut off,
which makes me wonder if they dug it up when they were digging around in that ditch, because they dug all the way from the hydrant
yeah.
between the poles and everything. But they apparently they just tossed it behind the hydrant and buried it in the dirt. So when I'm coming along, I'm seeing grass, whack, whack. So now I'm out $20.
I know.
I about had an Andy's. Actually, I'm out $17 because I hunted through multiples. I went to Walmart for just a single blade, the cheapest one they had, $21. I was like, I think the last one I bought for like 10 or 11.
Not cheap
But I found 5 of them on Amazon for $54. But I was gonna see how long it took somebody to go.
You all right, man?
anymore. Not too bad. Not too bad. I got one of these.
Still in trouble?
Yeah. Whether I can read them or not.
Make sure I got 2.
Hey, how are you?
Make sure we got it. I have 2 of them.
Mine just popped a rib out earlier today.
Did it pop back in?
No, my chiropractor was gone. So I get to just deal with it.
Get a water bill for $200
I had something that might interest you.
something. Now.
So one of the persons I had, Spencer, do,
So you know
we
they're
went
good.
through the last 6 months, I think, so far.
Yeah.
And we're doing
You
a
know
one
what?
by one comparison.
Yeah.
And then from there, we're going to, I don't know how high they are on it, I was gonna ask tonight, but so we're gonna switch over to current software, so we're not switching over and taking all these problems.
So I'm sitting there on my,
As well as figuring out where the help.
when I was talking to
We're at some, Jay, right ahead of you.
Anyway, it wasn't part of my question. Reading about that in here. I ain't blaming them on now. And then Jake said it happened every day. So you think might them for because they were over the homeland stuff.
Our guys were there,
That off.
we got a call the other night, and they were there in like
Well,
20 minutes.
my thought was that they dug it up and they just saw a gap.
That's
and
not
they
you.
tossed it out the way when they were digging.
Where was that?
That was on the sidewalk side.
Back out the county, they're ready to-
And my thought was, because they were digging around there in the front.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it's,
Cody.
that they might have just tossed it up out of the way.
When we said back in the-
Because like I said, I
That was the
was
direction that we were.
shit towns.
Yeah.
Wasn't the town's fault. That thing's crooked as all get out. They put it in there.
So, remember when the line was hit south of your house by the cable guys? Or the guys installing that stuff
Down by John's mom.
down on Brittney's?
Oh. Vaguely.
Shut off valve was taken out then. From your place? And then by
My big concern was that there's, the rest of it's still down there and full of dirt, and now we ain't gonna be able to shut nothing off, because they just tossed the top off.
So it's gone, so is it, it's gone altogether, they removed it, or is it still there buried somewhere? Okay. Okay.
Mine, right there in front of my house, the new house, once it was like,
Yeah, cause I know in 30 years I've mowed across that, I've never hit anything I've never
So
seen.
that day, they shut the valve off there to their house. And then went down
That
and
day that you guys
shut
were
that off.
out
Yeah.
he had literally just.
I know.
And then they just push the dirt back and,
Well, forgot it was there. All the time it come. Yeah.
so there is probably rust up down there, uncovered, buried in there. That's what I figured. Cause that was my main concern.
That's what happened, cause I was there.
Oh, it's your fault.
No, I wasn't there, but I was at the one where they broke the line, and we was trying to get.
Yeah, cause that was my main concern was that if I discovered that, is the rest of it down there full of dirt and now we need to turn off the water out there.
No.
I mean, it's irritating on the blade, but I figured that would
We're
be
sitting there, and I just left him.
a good raised eyebrow. Where'd that
Yeah.
come from?
Him and his buddy were down there, they fishing. And I asked
So you can have it.
Huh?
I said, so you can have
But
that.
we've been having good plenty.
I can find out where it
I guess
actually.
you guys been having fun at my new place.
Oh, yes. That's pretty interesting.
Well, I was told by the plumber. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, you wouldn't want it to.
And I stopped and I went.
You get to go run and get
And
it.
I tried to call him, but I know he had to do it right then, him and his buddy were talking.
Did you get to go run and do your dirt?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't wanna get any closer to the house. or
Yeah,
anything. I got as close as I could and I was like, boy, man, if I screw up and twitch that bucket the wrong way, I don't know how to fix your car.
yeah.
But I got as close as I could to the side of the house too, try to smooth it down. Like I said, dragging up that concrete and everything, I could explain that concrete.
Make sure you're on time.
Yep, no, but
Sure.
I had more pencil.
I took care of that for you as well. Billy.
I didn't know how to prepare for
It's squared up.
Did they go down and see if I had a leak or anything?
He went down and looked and it, no leak, but after all, everything was put in, it hadn't been put in.
So much better
sometime.
with new glasses.
You see pretty well, right?
Of course, I've been wearing dad's hat now too.
My house, going straight back over this way.
Yeah, yeah, I checked it.
Making sure there wasn't.
Yesterday morning.
Yeah, there's no leak there.
I'm never there, so I sleep there.
Right.
Sometimes I'm
There's a lot
there.
of
Well, I went through there this year.
Like today, I'm supposed to have a day off, and I was at work, and then tomorrow I got a double shift.
Richard texted me, goes,
So, yeah, I'm
It's a lot of overtime, man.
Before we leave, yeah.
and then I called the other kid. I stopped him right in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I got him the other day at the parking lot. I know it's easy. He's playing all over the
Can you
place.
pass Heather his report?
I've got a complaint.
yeah. What are you doing, boss? Oh, scared up, tearing up your little discontent.
Did you ever ask if he has an application?
Not since like I told you.
No, it's on my emails tonight. I
Somebody
didn't
said
have one.
something. You should have had to give me it.
I don't have a new one.
See, I didn't, we had the original, but I didn't know if he.
Yeah, we have the one from March, but I didn't get one.
Well, I didn't know if he needed to resubmit.
Yeah, he would've.
No, okay. I don't know. He said, hey, man. He's having it here.
Fortunately, I came prepared for Sean's. I forwarded the email email they sent you back on April 17th, I believe.
Was it to my new one or the
I will have to look and see.
Some of my emails from the town of Tryon one is not being forwarded over. Like my own night one got lost in the shuffle or something. I had to end up calling them about a bill.
So the ones from the 74075 are not always good for
No.
over.
And it's like random ones.
I was gonna say, everything's still coming to mind.
Yeah.
So I didn't even, I forgot that answer.
Somebody like to start that camera, please?
Okay, the Town Tryon Board of Trustees, regular meeting, May 5th, 2026, at 6 p.m. at First Baptist Church, 122 North First Street, Tryon, Oklahoma. Agenda, call to order. Number 2, roll call.
Jenny here.
Nathan here.
Heather here.
James here. 3, consideration action on consent agenda. 3.1, approval of minutes from March 10th, April 7th, and April 21st, 2026.
We don't have the minutes. I was late getting with Heather about the transcripts.
Okay, is that for all of them?
We don't have minutes from any of those?
No, the 10th and the 7th. I thought that I sent you guys the 21st, but I know the 10th and the 7th is one that I went on the transcripts from Heather.
So, is it, I thought we were researching stuff. Is
No,
that
it's the
like
10th
the full?
Yeah,
Because
because-
you can't copy and paste, all you can do is like follow along. I don't think you can even like,
Well, when we talked at the last meeting, we were talking because of the minutes. The recorder was messed up or it wasn't turned on or something.
yeah.
So that's,
it's
we
just on
reviewed it.
YouTube, but you'll
Yeah.
have to, like, if you have a question on what was said, it'll be there, but you can't copy and like turn it over and put it on Word. I don't know
Wasn't-
why it won't let you do that.
Wasn't that our understanding at the last meeting when she
I
said
think
she
it
was
was
going
more
to
so like
transcripts?
for you to like have something to fall back on.
No, it was when we talked at the last meeting. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jonah.
I believe we were gonna look to see if we could.
But I was almost positive I said then that you can look at it, but you can't like take the information. I don't know why it won't let you.
I don't remember that, but I'm really shocked that there's not a downloadable transcript
No.
from YouTube.
I mean, it's all on YouTube. I mean, you can follow it as we're talking, and you can see it, but there's no way to take it. I mean, I gotta give you screenshots if we need to prove something, and you can just have a screenshot of it.
I don't know much about YouTube, so I don't know if that.
Well, there's a way to do it, but it's through a site. Basically, you take the link and transfer it to this other website, and then the other website pulls the transcript and generates it into it.
A transcript?
I could have sworn YouTube had something natively.
Well, I didn't realize that was what you were wanting. I
That's
thought
just-
you were asking for specific stuff on a reminder of what was said with Asher.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Well, that was part of the conversation as well, but we were needing
Yeah.
the minutes as well.
This one here is
I didn't get
showing
that.
called the best PDF, and you just paste the convert YouTube to text.
And
You're gonna swing in the office tomorrow?
I'll set it up.
Okay.
My daughter's done it with where you take like a video and you can just pull this audio part of it and make an MP3 to put on your phone. I don't know how to do it.
That's
She
good,
can do it in
hopefully.
like 30 seconds.
I didn't either.
I've screwed it up every time.
Yeah, on my HP. So we need to,
I just throw it to her and go, here.
we don't have any of these minutes right here. So
No.
we need to motion table.
So I knew the recorder was out for the 10th of March, but then we didn't get, the recorder didn't work for either of April's meetings.
Nope. I don't think it was turned on for the April one.
Do we need to look at a different way of
Yes.
recording the meetings then?
Yes.
Because this is not the
Because
first
one
time
of
that's
the
happened.
recorders, like it was discussed before, one of the recorders like completely froze up. Like it will come on and it'll just stay on and it'll even show that it's recording, but it's not doing anything. We talked about having two recorders at the same time as well, to have them both recording just in case something happened to the other one, but it was just a discussion, nothing went further than that, I guess.
which I love to happen all through the meetings. So, you ready for a motion? I make a motion we table, March 10th, April 7th, and April 21st, 2026 minutes.
I'll second.
Jenny, yes.
James, yes. 3.2, approval of monthly department head reports, police, fire, library, and grant.
I just want to say, as far as the grant, I know that you guys had voted to discontinue using Leslie. We do got grant information, but it kind of falls in line with the expansion plan, so we can just discuss it then. You actually have the police, fire,
And then, let's see, are we not gonna be adding the utilities? Is that just for utilities?
That's for utility
That's
side.
utility side.
I was gonna.
Anything new with the library?
Not really, we're still waiting on, approval for summer feeding. I think we're gonna do summer program in July, just cause we're still kinda in limbo with everything going on. But we're planning some small activities, probably pretty similar to last summer where it's 4 weeks and we have activities every day.
Could we get some of that on these reports? Because
Yeah.
kind of for over a year now, it's been the exact same page on the report every year, or every month.
How's the fire department doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
A lot of mutual aids.
Yeah, that was just one house fire that was 3 times, but luckily we've had a slow month.
One house fire 3 times.
Yeah.
I think I'd be looking into arson by that point.
No, it was just rekindles.
Rekindles.
Okay. Well, it burned on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Everybody get a chance to look at them? Need a motion to approve department head reports?
I make a motion, we accept the police, fire, library, and grant, monthly reports.
I'll second.
Jenny, yes.
James, yes. 3.3, approval of monthly financial reports, December 2025, table from 2/10 of 26, January 26, table from 2/10 of 26, February 2026, and March 2026.
We do not have those in the packet, but I did finally get to clear out the accounts. I figured out the last couple of days I worked on cleaning up, not cleaning up, but getting the whole QuickBooks thing straightened out. So I have to completely rebuild all of those reports, and it's just taking time. I've got the police and the fire done. I just have to work on mine and the utility side.
Do we know what the problem was?
I'm not quite for sure.
Wrong.
Yeah, I'm not quite for sure exactly what the problem is. When I went in there, was tweaking on it, I just more or less found a way to completely delete everything. And they did say that it's not, you can't really completely delete the entries that was made, but it cleared like the database, so I just have to re-enter everything and rebuild everything.
Yeah, to input each
Yeah.
trend.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
But like I said, I got the,
But-
I got the police department, the fire department done and finished and they're reconciled. I just have to do mine, and then I'm gonna actually work with Spencer, when we get to his. So these might be able to get done. We do have to have a special meeting next week because of the budget. We can't do, there's nothing about the budget, there's something on the budget, or the agenda about the budget today, but we can't do anything with the budget till the reports are done. So we will have to have a
So I'll
special
table
meeting
this
next week.
until,
Do you guys need help getting any of that rebuilt?
Might possibly give me until tomorrow to be able to kind of dig into mine, and we'll go from there. I can shoot an email out or whatever.
So are you gonna be going offline, you going back on?
No, it's back, it's online.
Oh, are you
It's,
doing
yeah,
that?
it's the same thing. I just had to completely dismantle everything. We just have to re-enter everything for the last 6 months.
Should we keep it online then, with all the problems we have, or should we go back to being offline?
I don't know, because I've only ever done it online. That's how we've always had it set up
I thought we just got it hooked up to online.
here. We just recently connected our bank accounts to
Oh.
QuickBooks, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I guess my question is then, should we disconnect those bank accounts?
Yes, that's partly what I did,
Okay.
yeah.
What's the benefits of online versus offline? I mean, what does the online give you? Because it sounds to me like problems.
The only reason I don't want online is so I can, if I can't get around the internet, I can still work.
Right.
Within my computer, that's about it.
But
And I
then-
tried it and it just was not.
But then it's stuck on your one computer though, right?
And I have a hard drive back
Yeah.
up, yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
need a motion to table this until the special meeting.
I'll make a motion to table for a special meeting next week.
I'll second.
Heather, yes.
James, yes. 4, approval of monthly claims for December 2025, table from 2/10/2026. January 26, or 2026, tabled from 2/10/26, February 2026, March 2026.
Same thing as financials. And Tuesday and Wednesday is what day we'll, probably Wednesday. Does that work for you guys for a special meeting? Because we do Thursday, then they can or Thursday, yeah.
Is that Thursday of next week?
I mean, I'll be home, it's just the time.
And
Under
Asher
all
also,
circumstances.
which is
Should.
further in the report, but Asher also said that he could be here next week, he couldn't be here today.
Yeah, I'm good Thursday.
Unless something major goes wrong, I could probably.
Does it work for you guys?
And that's gonna be on May 14th.
I don't think there's a motion.
Need a motion to table the monthly claims.
I'll make a motion, table monthly claims for special meeting.
Jenna seconds.
Heather, yes.
James, yes. 5, consideration of items removed from consent agenda. 6, public appearances, petitions, demonstrants, communications, and personal appearances. Anybody?
Packed house.
7, proposal of the Board of Trustees of the Town of Tryon entering into executive session in accordance with Title 25, Section 307, subsection B-1, discussing employment, hiring, appointment, promotions, demotions, disciplinary, or resignation of any individual, salaried, public officials, or employees. 7.1, Iowa Tribe contract. 7.2, interview and/or appointment board members. 7.3, discuss mayor and vice mayor positions. Need a motion to enter into executive session.
Jenna moves that we go into an executive session.
Heather, yes.
Nathan, yes.
James, yes.
I should have seconded it. Didn't figure it out.
Rookie mistakes.
What's that?
Hey, are they okay to stay?
We'll call them when we're.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll call.
Give me a knock when we get out.
No, it's all good. Just give them a minute to talk without me, you know. And this is still recording. Just so you know, we're starting to record the door.
checking to see where we sprayed on Sunday. And that stupid fire hydrant kicked back up on me.
It did?
Yeah. Never been out since Saturday. You betcha.
I was worried about his too. He got his pretty much all separated out.
Yeah. The only thing sitting on top of them ashes was two big good elm trees that were sitting out in the corner of my fence. They wouldn't burn earlier.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 40 and 40. Be up from it.
So when's your mom and
So the last update I got was end of June, 1st of July, the house should be set.
Okay.
And my Piper or Peeper, whoever it is that Solitaire has does their hookups, he'll come back and he'll do the road and he'll get with you, I guess, about the water.
Okay.
Cause coming off of my line, can we just, the line that goes across the road, can we just like tee off right there and make 2 meters?
We might be able to, that's what I was gonna ask you, like when they plan on moving that in. Cause Joe will have to come out and assess like where our line is, and see how it's set up, and then see how you're gonna run it, cause you'll have to run it from like this, meter to wherever she's putting the house.
So,
But that'll have to be something that we'll have to figure out.
so the only things that we're going to branch on, so you probably see my house right there off Oklahoma Street.
West side of the room.
That's my 17 acres right up through there. So the plan is to come off of the meter, go behind my house, come across the backyard. We're gonna tee off with we're just gonna tee off and just stub it to if and whenever we wanna put water in the shop. And then we're gonna come across catty corner from the barn and we'll stub off and we're gonna put a hydrant at the barn. And then it'll go from there to the house.
I don't know if we can do that for the house, like stubbing it like that for the barn and the shop or whatever would probably not be a problem. But it's for the house, we might need it, that's why we need to come out and actually look at it.
You're more than welcome.
Okay, I was meaning to call you to see like what day you're there, what time you're there, so we can.
If you need me to be there,
Well, what day is it more convenient with you? Is with them moving.
can we wait till after graduation?
What is that, May
The
15th?
15th?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we can put it off till then, tomorrow I'm off, but I've gotta be in Cushing at 8 in the morning, and then I've gotta go to Weatherford and move Sierra out of the dorms. I'm home every day at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
So, I mean, tentatively, if that would work after 4 any day, just let me know.
Do you wanna just call us whenever, like after graduation, and then we can get our schedules together?
Yeah.
in case-
Cause I just know that this week and next week, up until trying to plan 100 graduation and this and that's a little bit jockey, but,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, I'll just holler at you on the following Monday.
Okay, yeah, sounds like.
And then we can kind of go from there, cause I was going to get involved and talk to you about it, but then Mom told me that Piper takes care of all of that.
Okay.
He was doing all the hookups and the Roomba system and then they've got another guy, somebody doing the electric. Now OG&E is coming in at some point. They did come in last week and they're gonna put 4 telephone poles down the south side of my arena.
Okay.
And then that last tree in the corner, it's coming down. But past that, yeah, I got told that all I was really dealing with the contractors or anything was the shop, but
Yeah, I'll just wait and you can let us know whenever your schedule clears out. We just don't want you waiting on us.
well, and if we need to make it before then, I'm really terrible with names, Joe. Joe, if you see a time next week, before we leave, I'll make sure you've got my number, and I've got yours on my phone, because that spam blocker that they put on my phone, if it's not in my phone, it kicks it directly to voicemail. So, but
I know.
if there's a time that, if you wanna look at it, whenever, if you wanted to still look and just kind of familiarize yourself with where it is and what's going on, the pad for the house is already there, out in the pasture. So.
Isn't that kind of off to the side?
Yeah, so my house sits here, and then the shop's gonna be directly behind, and then I've got my barn, and then if you look out in the pasture where the fence has been cut out, and you see all the traffic, you'll see the pad for the trailer house. And my meter sits right on the corner of, it sits right on the corner there between me and, I don't even remember what her name is now. Weldon's widow.
Oh, the one?
Yeah, I knew her as Candy.
Yeah.
There at the beginning.
Yeah, I keep wanting to call her Candy.
Because I wasn't sure if we would go there or go, so I think there's a shut-off right there at Doris's. On the corner
I
there.
wanna say there is.
But then that would mean we'd have to go under the road.
Yeah.
Oh, and hers is, her deal over there is, there's some
Yeah,
stuff.
Doris is, there's 2 leaks that need to be fixed on hers.
Right, on her side, where the shut off is, and that's the one that we were at. The, over on, what's the valve, yeah, over on North Oklahoma, where somebody dug the hole and then just left it, and the whole thing over there.
Oh, I know all about it, trust me.
Yeah.
Are we finishing our engine training next one?
sure you have this time.
No, we couldn't agree on Saturday for that, but we did agree for Wednesday, Sunday for that to be flat. So, you know,
Oh, did you just, you should have just pushed Spencer right over the dumpster.
we went right. We were there at the same time. That would
That's
be
terrible.
that would be a misappropriation of funding. And that would also be a gross misuse of labor time and cost. We like to keep it low around here.
You gotta keep within the budget.
The budget doesn't budge, remember that.
There's too much energy going on outside. Sometimes I wish we could switch terms. Police officer is.
I feel like I'm probably better at your job than you're probably better at mine.
Possibility.
I mean,
Maybe try.
rock, paper, scissors, who's doing all of it today? Well, then we'll shoot for it.
I always lose.
I do the same thing. You know, you're like a rockhead.
That's always good rock.
You know, I'm throwing out the rock, dude. It's like, listen, man, I got a 33.3% chance of winning every time, okay? Those are good odds. I mean, I'm not sure that net, but those are numbers.
My brother always acts like it's a surprise because he always does paper.
He's like, oh my gosh, you're like, listen, I know that you feel like you're winning and you're right, dude, but it's
My youngest son waits until he sees what the other person puts.
well, dude, kids got this,
Oh, that's how that works.
my daughters got really good before the August, they're very close, they got really good with me for hours, rock, paper, scissors, and they were like, you want to play? I'm like, sure, and they go, rock, paper, scissors, and I'm like, this ain't play. I was like, why? I was like, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, everyone, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. It took me like 45 minutes for them to be like, wait. Do it right, but this is not good.
Comes from a guy who probably had training wheels till he was 12.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what? I didn't have, how did you, it's funny you say that. Because I remember, because that's not hurtful. Because I didn't learn to ride a bike till I was like 12. That's actual facts, man. He's gonna tell you about it wasn't hurtful. Don't pretend that that wasn't hurtful, man.
It just made me cry, dude. Oh my god.
For what it's worth, I didn't need the training wheels because I learned how to ride it outright. I did it at 12. That's because I got tired of walking and asking folks for rides. I'm done asking for rides, man. Smarter. That was like, oh man. Oh my god.
You should be doing that to us.
I'm sorry, dude. No, it's like, it was worth it. It was worth it.
You look at it got me.
It's right here, bro.
I wasn't making fun of you. Yeah, I was one of those stupid kids, like in the 3rd grade, I had the football cleats on at school. My teacher said, "Hey, wear some shoes if you're doing."
There was a kid that absolutely refused when I was in school to not wear like trash shoes. It was blatantly clear, nothing like that on the gym floor. And this kid was like, these are
The black marks all over the floor.
Yeah, he was like, these are my special shoes. What's wrong with you, dude? Like, every time coach would pitch, they brought a pair of shoes up and would make him like change shoes. Man, you're gonna put the kid on blast for his footwear. Like, but that's cool.
Hey, my mom used to whip me because I would take my, back in the day, you had the football socks with the stripes on them.
Yeah.
Man, I had headbands and wrists.
Yeah.
Wearing my wristbands.
You know, have you seen Tony Bates? Have you seen Rocky IV? Okay, I picture you. You're used to bringing here. Like, you do like an 80s montage of training. You need the railroad tie. You're like,
Running in the snow.
and stuff. Yeah.
Friend of mine, he lifts weights a lot, so he said, "Come
two-story house, and I had an attic, and the soffit on the attic was cut off. And I was up there hammering on the soffit, cleaning it up, and I walked right off the side of the house. 17 feet?
Oh, man.
What was the balance on that? There was no balance. There was no balance. It was just a puff of dirt. Just went, poof. I thought it at least got that.
The ground caught all of it.
Yeah. That's like the backflip I did at the park. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really do the whole backflip, but
Picture them some candy. I know what's up on it. Jenna was on the same page with me. She takes notes. There's this weird, she was supposed to get us transcripts. Like transcripts.
oh,
I don't know that word. I don't know that word. Hey, please forgive me. I could have blamed you for that. Yeah. There's gotta be many people that can just push stuff on.
We got that with a bunch of the stuff in the city, just get a hold of it.
You can't get a joke, but you can give them a pistol and rings. But you can't get anything else for that one. 'Cause it's
So we have one, because the next time we go into executive session, it's
all
totally
you got
so.
oversized.
She is fucking disorder.
But
she was the one.
Oh,
you can't
special.
you can't get that either.
She needs the extra time to get work on those reports. It's getting.
Yeah, but it doesn't
Okay.
matter. Two.
Well, I mean, the cylinder and
I think she just like, I'll get with her and like see, like what details, cause I'll need them for my notes.
I mean, like, sometimes they have the same lines on there, but it's because they're still relevant, so I don't know if she just wants me to do like a new one.
Are they
I don't know.
it is,
It's not, it's a word.
Oh, okay, well, I didn't know if this was the thing.
Is that written on the report?
Yeah.
So everything of what you said is on that
Yeah,
report.
all that four-wheeler.
It's not safe.
I don't know, cause I haven't read it. I didn't
Well,
even.
I don't have the, like, activities listed out on there.
Well, that's all she's asking for.
I can do that.
Okay, then.
That's what I was asking. I just need to know what she wants on there.
I wouldn't lose any sleep over it.
I'm not doing this. I just need to know what it is.
Get that stuff on them.
You need to be rest.
I wish I could have got it, top in and others
Yeah.
put it over there.
You gotta, what's that in there?
Some of the stuff on the steel even kills me. You got the concrete sauce, it gives me okay. Oh, God. Gotta go to the thing for glad to see side aisle. Oh, that's wrong.
Oh yeah, you're gonna like epic the music. I can already tell you. I can tell you right away.
She's gonna whoop you. Besides, I'm gonna go to either.
They're kind of start cracking about the blaze. They're great. It's sad.
That's why we wear glasses.
How do we get?
Table.
We don't.
Just kept flopping.
We see a gym every day.
I brought him in the shop, lifted it up, and was lifting it up, and I'm like, yeah, one more guy, and did a slide, did a pad.
If you go too far,
We'll expect her all the time.
well, you're overworking for underpaid.
Triple that.
Yeah, you're trouble to be.
So am I going to be called out for the next restaurant?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm really going to just one of these.
She's got it working up there by there.
Every Sunday can have a uniform.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what it is. Yes, I was just like,
Well, you guys will just happen to be right there by gate four where you turn into Bill Maynard's or some stuff.
Yeah, we're just not there, we'll be.
Okay.
Oh, I got you.
I think that's what the town says, Steve.
Probably.
I finally went and got my badge a couple weeks ago, so I don't have to be escorted around anymore.
It just sounds professional. It just sounds better.
Sounds like a crop and
Well,
bold then.
sometimes you're out about the rock. That's all I
actually pretty cool. Like there, it's not like all hilly and stuff like the zoo is. But I had to end up pushing my mom around, like she's not like during the disease in the back. So she can't walk for a long period of time. So we had actually rented, reserved an electric wheelchair for her to like use. Well, 30 minutes before we got there, the company that already sent us confirmation last night that it was available and that we booked it, sent the thing that I know the wheelchair is supposed to use like a regular wheelchair.
Oh, the American Classic.
Yeah. Well, the American Classic can show
They're heavy.
but
They're heavy.
and it was not a no-go.
They're heavy.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. I got more than 10,000.
Sorry guys, contract still lives.
See you, bud. Help me keep that boy in line.
Yeah, do what I can.
He's getting his permit next.
Oh, Lord. Don't buy him a car yet, Sean.
Oh, he's already got a pickup.
All
I
right.
had like catfish and then that was like half the size of these.
Take 3 of the
They were
cylinders
huge.
out of it.
Ethan goes, "Where's my pole?" I was like, I don't think that you could fish in this pond. And there was koi's that was like huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty
When did you do that?
The contractor was gonna come do the dirt work at the house.
Sean.
Oh,
You ready?
Houston went like 2 years ago.
How old is he?
He'll be 40 soon.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
He caught himself this week, though. He was from.
So he was born in June of 22. Okay. Yeah, mine was born in
Well, we talked about it.
January of 22, yeah.
Very soon. Oh,
Houston had one of those,
To my little simple.
I think it was Ranger pole, like the little kid poles. He went out and fished at Sea Breeze on with junior highs. And he caught like, the fish he caught with that pole was longer than the pole was. He thinks he's like a professional fisherman.
Well, just because of the so I'm so you you're not here to up for the position where you this time around. Okay, because you weren't the last time, correct? Okay. They were just oh, she's
You're like, I don't know about this one.
you know, there was some miscommunication or whatever it's all. I love it. Okay. Well, fair enough. That's right. That's fair too. Like,
that's Tyler and then told me. I was like, yeah, that's really mini.
If his hair was a little wider, more secure.
And
Like I.
he's in the shade, that's why it's hard.
Yeah.
He's been in the sunlight. There. I'm like, I wonder.
okay. But no, she really is not here to talk about that right now. That's fair.
Now it's just like the older he gets, it looks like his nose is saved his eight sides and stuff really, but I'll bet that right there is 100% root.
This is why.
Yeah. Well, with the California,
I know, I was like,
like,
This your mini?
captain off of like the houses for the, yeah, exactly like that. But it's the trailer itself, how the trailer is located and how they plan on handling it. Like it's supposed to have like
I don't know
1
if
meter.
I'm gonna get
And
one,
I
'cause,
think
I
Sean's
mean,
meter.
clearly,
Yeah.
but he was just like him, from the day he was born.
Like the corner of like the driveway in the house, I think his is like not in a normal spot. But we really need to try to get the trailers like out on the road, like where it should be. Like he came for the spigot and the water spigot and then cars they get in the, shop, that's fine.
If he's offshooting from what's existing.
Yes, but for the trailer, it has to have its own meter and its
So
own
as
system.
the residents, we can't piggyback.
Yeah, you can't. And I'm pretty sure it's in the code, like, you can't do that. That's not how that works.
Yes, it is. But it is.
That's a different issue. You have to approach that.
No.
You have to approach that differently. There's a legal issue with that, but you have to, like, you have to know better. You have to give them time to clean up.
No, I know, but here's the thing. No taking no laundry. That's the way it's said.
Well, the new, meter is no longer experiencing this history.
No, I know, but we don't understand what's going on here.
No, I
Understand what's going on here.
No, I understand.
Okay, I'm just making sure it's going on here. Okay?
I'm on the same page. Don't ever.
Yeah, you know what, when you go home and you pop that top of that can, it's that much better tasting. That bullshit all day. You go, man. Yeah, you go, I know. See, I used to be the same way. I used to be the same way. You go to the bathroom, you have to question whether you go to the doctor. You're like, that color is almost brand new. I need to drink water so much. Like, I have a 30-gallon cup 3 times a day. It makes me I just get home. I have to force myself to do it, and I hate everything about it.
Piece of chocolate.
I think my little Hercule. That looks like a delicious, delicious little powdered sugar donut.
What? You don't think? Just the whole pack.
Dude, I put mine in packs. I put 6 packs on those. Because it made me angry because I always eat my box of more than 6 minutes. So I have a little bag. I keep the bag in the shop. I try not to make note about fast I eat them. I'm not trying to eat them yesterday. I'm like, oh, I got that 2 days ago. I didn't even play yesterday. What happened? No, you start like negotiating with yourself.
Not me, it's like a 12-ounce bottle of water. I'm like, 2 ounces? You don't?
Like,
Have you made that incentive?
I like the powdered sugar ones. It's like tasty baby and my flavor is like lemon and blueberry and flat pie. What my kid really likes is the special edition ones for the holidays. They're still covered in what I call like the wax adjacent chocolate. I can't stand it. Maybe when I eat one, it's like, man, it's like your whole mouth is coated with this wax-like texture. And you're like, I'm not here for that.
What's the expansion plan about?
You get good feel
The
that.
plan south of town.
Is that guy still gonna work through with it?
We have a couple phone calls to make, to check on a few other things, but yeah.
But I mean, if we can't help him, is he still gonna do it?
Well, we're gonna try to do it together, but
It sounds
Yes.
like potentially yes.
yes.
The way he was talking made it sound like if we can't help him, he's still gonna try to put it on well water.
Right. Which is, the whole thing was, by going through us was exponentially lower cost than well for well. I think he was saying something like 1 well for every 3 houses or something like that.
And then the property size would be
Yes.
different as well.
So on that, wouldn't they be, y'all were talking before, like going through people's property and stuff, wouldn't you just bring it out to the road?
Yes.
To
Well,
the main road?
we wouldn't be going through anybody's property because he owns all of that property out there. But that's
But to get
what
to
we
the
were.
town is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
you
would
would
just have
just-
to bring it out to the end of the road and
Yeah.
then run it through, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally when, how they were talking before is that you would have to, because we would have to annex that part of the property
Yeah.
to annex it back into town. And that's where they were talking about having to talk to other people, cause like if the person that lived next to him wasn't in town, we would see if
gotcha.
they would care. Like
Okay.
it's Mary Lee,
Yeah.
and Mary Lee's
Well, see,
already,
that was never clear on that at that, I guess it was 2 meetings ago, but
yeah.
yeah, I
There's
was
been-
like,
There's been a little bit
I
of
understand what you were saying now.
Yeah. Well, because, yeah, traditionally, like, the city would run the water into the street all the way to him, and then he would come off the property and onto the main.
I don't know, how do y'all all feel about it? Cause I'm like, here and here, on all the new people we're gonna get.
If it goes down the way that he envisions it to be, then it might not be a bad thing. But sometimes,
Especially with most of the communities wanting this town to grow, that would help grow this town.
Yeah.
It would give the revenue the people that's
I
living here.
get that,
you know,
too.
you
That's
know,
why
so
I'm
there's
like-
pros and
Yeah.
cons.
It can be beneficial in a number of ways, but it can also be detrimental in some others.
So, being somebody who lived that before, like, we moved out into the suburbs or rural, you know, when I was 4, and I'm 62, and it was like, by the time my kids come along, they called it the hood.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
The city just kept growing out and growing out.
Right, well, and that's how, like, I mean, you look at Edmond 30 years ago was
Oh,
not
I
what
know,
Edmond
yeah.
is now, you know?
I'm just saying that, you know, I've lived it, and,
Yeah.
I mean, that's one reason why I did stay here is because it
We've had a
reminded
lot
me
of
of where I
people-
grew up, you know?
Right.
We've had a lot of people in the last 2 years, especially
Yeah,
families
but
with
then-
younger kids have moved to Tryon because it is a small town. They like that it's like
Yeah.
centrally located.
It's
It's
because-
not busy like the city or
Yeah.
whatever, so that's what's attracted them to here.
Yeah, that's
Um,
kind of a more slow, kind of gradual.
Yeah.
There's
thing.
also-
It's just gonna be,
There's also something to be said about as living cost rises higher in urban centers, you see a lot of movement towards rural areas again.
mhm.
You know, and with rent for a 1-bedroom in Stillwater being every bit of $900 to $1,000. If
And
you have a
I've already
family,
lived all that
yeah,
kind
me
of
too.
raising.
Yeah, if you have a family,
Prices raising.
you know, if you have a family, you need 3 or 4 bedrooms. You're talking $2,500 a month. Well, unless you're making, unless you're making $40-50 an hour. You
I know, but see, when you get all these new houses like that,
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna go up there too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And that's the downside of it. You know?
That's the downside of it.
I guess I could have
Oh,
just
after-
let you have it.
I know.
Oh, you're welcome.
Sorry.
Oh, after you.
It's like I got it. My thought was I gotta put it back.
Because you
And
have no one else to show it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because they had to have done,
that's right.
requested a modification today.
Yeah.
Okay, time is 7 o'clock. Number 8, re-enter regular meeting from executive session. Need a motion to re-enter meeting from regular executive session.
I move that we return to regular meeting from executive session.
Also,
James, yes. Number 9, consider discussion action on matters discussed in executive session. 7.1 Iowa Tribe contract. Basically what we did, we talked to the tribe to find out the contract, make sure it was still gonna be legit. Still gonna be legit. And so that's all we discussed in that. 7.2 interview and or appoint board members. Need a motion?
I move that we invite Sean Sarr to the vacant seat on the board.
other second.
Nathan, yes.
James, yes.
And did I say that correctly?
Yes.
His name's Sean
He's
Sarr.
back here.
You're the new board member.
Well, thank you. Do I?
You can ascend to a seat up here, you just, until you take the oath, you can't vote or do other things, you can have a seat at the
Until the
table.
next.
Yeah,
Now I can make funny faces at Nathan.
yes, you can do
And
that.
now he can
That's,
see me.
that's encouraged, that's actually, yeah.
I think he's going your way.
Big side, big side.
I don't like this one. There's an agenda over there.
I'll just sit right here.
You got me.
Yeah.
Where we at now? Let's see. 7.3, discuss mayor and vice mayor positions.
I move that we appoint Jim Hampton as the mayor to continue on the mayor for the rest of the current term.
I'll say.
I'll abstain. Vice mayor,
I make a motion that we appoint Jenna Taylor Net, that's her right? As vice mayor.
Heather seconds.
James, yes.
Jenna abstains.
Okay. Vice Mayor and Mayor. Okay, number 10, miscellaneous. 10.1, consideration, discussion, action on the emergency management plan.
So Thursday, Charlotte will come out, Brittney and I'll visit with her. Y'all are welcome to come at 10 o'clock at Town Hall. She's just gonna kind of sit down and give us some pointers to, we need to get an emergency management back going. So she's just gonna kind of help guide us there. So I'll have notes on it come next meeting. Yep.
Okay, 10.2, consideration, discussion, action on the special election plan.
That was,
I don't know whose it was, but,
I don't have that note with me, but someone else I put that on.
I mean, so we know
Well,
that we're gonna have the OG&E.
I think it was me, but.
Oh,
Yeah.
then please,
No,
by all
no,
means.
I needed to know what,
Okay.
cause I don't know.
The OG&E, we've had a public hearing on moving the meeting dates to the second Tuesday of the month. We've had a special hearing on removing the language about the secretary from the town ordinance. And I think those are the only public hearings we have. Am I missing one?
The fire department.
On my position. We're just gonna put that on there, figuring out if it's appointed, elected, cause that needs to be straightened out.
It does, but I don't think we've had a public hearing on it yet.
Okay.
That I think we have to do before we have an election on it. Is that right, Stefan?
Well, you guys have talked about it at meetings.
Oh, yeah, we've talked about it. No, that issue of having, because by virtue of how things are, the fact that it was the town ordinance, it specified one thing and it became something different, that really what you have to have is an election to change the ordinance, to either make it mirror the appointed position or retain it as an elected position. But I don't think you have to have, correct, but you don't have to have like a public hearing on that. That can be put up as a proposal, I mean, and it's been talked about at multiple meetings, so I think you're okay to put that on the ballot.
I thought we already had an election on it. I thought that was part of the question.
Yes, there was an election and there was an ordinance change, showing when it was done, and that's where the questions have came into play.
The problem is the wording is not.
So I
It's
think we
not
need
proper.
to tear into it a little more
Well, I
before we
think the
just
history,
put it
yeah,
on
there's-
an election.
Right, I think we gotta figure out the history, and I don't really,
Okay.
yeah.
I think the last thing was changing the ordinance for the fire department. We're
Oh, right. We
The
were gonna
living.
change
Where they
the
live.
the boundaries
The
that have been.
boundaries.
Yes,
Correct.
that's right.
Yeah.
I knew there was one more.
Yeah.
Just for the camera, for the record, then removing the restrictions of members of the Tryon Volunteer Department having to live
So-
in town limits.
You'll probably have to get with Brittney and find out, word it the way you want to word it,
Okay.
and then she can put it on the ballot.
And what was the date? Do you remember? We had to have it in by.
It was in August.
We need to, so the next election date that we can have is August. If we miss that, then it's November. And they need to have 60 days notice.
That's the date.
I have actually sent that to Brittney, the
Yeah.
way I reworded the ordinance, or wanted it
As long
reworded,
as we
so.
have it, so.
We're really close on it, so.
20 days left to get it.
June?
June.
Yeah, sometime in June, you have that all set up and ready to go.
Yeah.
But you'll have another meeting between now and then.
Yes.
Yeah.
A special
Yeah,
meeting.
Special
No.
So what all do we need to do for that special meeting to get that taken care of?
I'm gonna look into tomorrow,
Okay.
get back in the office tomorrow and look into that. Cause then we have, do we need to get with the OG&E guy about that, or are we putting those two, all that on the same?
Is he said?
Trying to
Yeah.
piggyback
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, they were gonna pay for it.
Is there a runoff election in August?
Other than
Yeah, 'cause we're trying to
No,
piggyback
well,
on
this
the-
I should
I don't
know, I
know.
haven't been,
Yeah.
That'll depend on the results
Yeah.
of the primary.
Okay.
So, yeah, OG and Steve are supposed to.
Yeah, I'll get with Ken. See where that's at.
Okay. So that's the three things that we needed on it.
So what's the election for OG&E about?
About renewing their franchise agreement with the town of Tryon.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it had to be elected.
Yep.
Okay.
Every 20 years?
25.
25 years.
25,
Oh.
Yeah,
It's up.
it's not just one of those every year thing, it's a 25-year thing.
And the contract is due up in, I believe it's February before our next regular election, is why it has to be a special election.
Okay. 10.3, consideration discussion action on building project invoice and purchase grant paperwork and building project timelines.
This is what was gonna be talked about with Asher, but he can't make it today.
Okay.
He said he can make it, next week.
Table it to a special meeting.
Yeah.
so we're gonna be able to have a packet.
Yep.
Okay, that'd be great. Just something we can all take a look at and study it before the
Table.
meeting.
I move that we table the consideration, action, and discussion on the building project invoice, purchases, grant paperwork, and building project timelines until our special meeting next week.
I'll say.
Yeah, Heather, yes.
James, yes. 10.4, consideration discussion action on excessive executive sessions.
So I have had a lot of residents just,
Excuse me.
yeah, it is not a lot. I had not a lot, but I had residents that were just concerned that after we come out of our executive sessions, not every time, which y'all have gotten better, but we've not really explained what's been done and said, and, I just was asked by a few people to bring it up, so, yeah, I mean, I think just kind of puts us all on the same page, that we're all aware we need to explain.
So we just need to work on being more transparent with it.
I think I did tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
No, you did good.
On that same note, it is not totally necessary to have that on every
Yeah.
Correct.
agenda.
Yeah.
So if we don't necessarily have, we really have to.
Who cut your meetings?
Yeah, well, and it just kind of seems like we've
I think what
gotten used to it.
well, partially, but I think what they've done was just to keep consistency. They just basically copy and pasted the same page every time, and then they throw their sublines into it.
Well, and I think we're going to also visit what consists of being in the executive session meetings and what's unnecessary.
Well, it's the Oklahoma Opens Meeting Act is pretty clear as to what all we can talk about in it, so.
Yeah, and
There
I
shouldn't
think
be any
that's kind of
confusion.
well, not
Shouldn't.
now,
Shouldn't,
but
Yeah.
Which that's all public domain, so anybody that wants to look it up
Yeah,
can see
absolutely.
that.
Okay, 10.5, consideration discussion action on OG&E follow-up.
So that's the fans. I think I've got like 8 to 10, so I figured Thursday after Charlotte leaves, I can have you look at the list and give me a few more names, because it said between 10 and 15 fans he wanted to give out to seniors.
Okay.
So just make sure we don't let that slip through the cracks.
Okay, 10.6, consideration discussion action on fiscal year 26-27 budget.
Oh, we went to the special.
Special.
So we need the financial reports cleaned up.
10.7, consideration discussion action on email communication update.
Well, that should have been carried over from last month.
What was the question on last month?
It was the emails
If the-
and all of us,
Was that a bullet point for Stefan?
yes. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of something we talked about, and he said maybe next month will change, but basically, we just need to be on the same page and not,
Oh, no.
Oh, well.
Well, the
I
adoption of
haven't
the
checked
town
today.
meeting or not. like
That might, I'm having issues with email transferring over, so it could have been this. As of right now, I
Yeah, I haven't seen the response.
Yeah.
on that.
Okay.
I'll dig into that tomorrow. That's not
well, we just need to all be on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That was,
And I think until we get something from OML, I think whatever email address you provide for
Right.
us to use, then you use that email. So.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, 10.8, consideration discussion action on town clerk's job duties being out of compliance.
which we kind of
No actions. 10-9, consideration.
What was that about? I missed half of that.
We had basically spoke about the
Being out of
compliance.
And but the election.
The town clerk.
The change in the wording.
Is it because of the appointed versus
Like all of
elected
it.
then?
Yeah, we just need to study into it. We talked about it. during
Because
the
we
special
talked about
election.
whether or not it was an election. I don't think we talked at all about any of the job duties.
Well, we can't
Well-
discuss the job duties in open deal anyway. We have to be in executive session, so.
Well, on
as
here it
far
said
as
about how
all
the
of
town
them.
clerk's job duties being out of compliance. I think Jenna's confused about what
Yeah,
part of
like
that.
what
It's
job
the code.
duties are out of
Well,
compliance?
it's the fact that the town clerk can't be the town treasurer. We've all known that.
Oh, okay.
That's the,
Okay.
we just need to figure out how to clean it up and make it.
Because I guess
Because
I
it's
was
been ignored.
technically positioned, that's where I got confused. I thought you were there was something about the clerk's job duties themselves that were currently not being done in compliance.
No, yeah, that's what
Okay.
you're saying.
Okay. Anything else on that? Okay, 10-9, consideration discussion action on bridge closure at 780 and Walnut.
So I talked to Marvin Miller, and he said, good news is we have funding, and Iowa Tribe's helping too. I don't know the details on that, but he said, it's gonna be for 780 and Walnut, and also, I called him, I said, we just don't want it to become like the other bridge out at 760 and 3400, where it's been out for like 5 years, and he did say that a part of that is gonna be fixing both bridges. So that'll be good. And then-
Where are we talking about?
Yeah, what are we talking about?
No, I
Your
mean
street being.
territory.
The
Right.
bridges. And then out on 760, there's
That's
another
not in our
bridge out.
jurisdiction, that's
Yeah, I was
county.
gonna say,
No,
that's
I'm
not
just-
the town
Yeah,
limits,
but
is
this
it?
one, I was trying to explain that they're gonna fix it, and they're also
Okay.
gonna fix that one, because that one,
Okay.
nobody knows what's going on. So I called Marvin Miller to get some information, but what I was saying was they have plans to have both of them, but it could be like a year.
Okay.
So that's just passing the information on to residents.
10-10, consideration discussion action on Department of Labor training.
No, it's just building on the.
10-11, consideration discussion action on employee dress code.
That one is mine, so I don't wanna be that kind of person to harp and stuff on it, but there were a couple times in the last couple weeks that I was in town hall, and I really feel that we need to try to be professional light, shall we say, professional adjacent. I don't think that we need to have our employees wearing, business casual clothes. I would very much like to keep the pajamas out of town hall. So, I mean, if we can make sure that we're wearing, well-kept jeans, even if it's a t-shirt, just nothing obnoxiously or obviously obscenely printed. Do we have an actual dress code in the handbook or in any of that?
I think more or less just states what you said.
Okay. So then,
Not really any details, yeah.
yep, so I think just, if we just kind of need to remember that people choose to stay in this town, and I think that we need to, when we're in town hall, we need to appear like we actually are thankful and respectful of their decision to do that, so if we could, tone down, keep the pajamas out, things like that would be great.
So I can't wear my halter top?
Next.
I want you to, Nathan.
Okay. 10-12, consideration discussion action on Oklahoma Secretary of State. Huh?
I do not want pictures to be had of that at all. What is?
So it's expired, we just need to make sure it's only $25 a year, I don't know what
What's it
that
for?
meet our Secretary of State form.
Oh.
And I actually
I was
think we
like,
should
I don't know
also,
what- I don't
but
know
you
what
may
you're
be
talking
able to
about.
help us, because it says that we're a domestic for-profit business corporation, I feel like it should say towns and cities. So I don't know how, if,
And I don't know nothing about that.
I don't know what it is.
I have no idea.
yeah, it's
But
not,
I
and
know
I
the
would
purpose
really
of it,
kinda
I
like
know
to know
like,
who, cause
I've
right
never
now,
heard of it.
What is this?
well, so it's the Secretary of State, but right now we have also no one
As the
as
registration.
the, yeah, and so nobody can call and talk to them right now. And we kinda need to figure out if we,
What's the
How
purpose of
long?
that? Like,
Man,
I have-
what is it for?
Well,
you have, you probably do.
This is just doing, so it's just entity registration. So,
Okay.
in other words, whenever anybody does anything for doing business in the state, I mean, you make an election of being either a corporation, an LLC, you know, whatever,
Right.
a nonprofit, things like that.
Yeah.
It helps keep track to make sure that there's not other people going out and grabbing the same names, all that kind of stuff. So the town's registered with the Secretary of State, that's what this is. But it just shows the formation date of July 31st of 1893, and the corporation type is a domestic for-profit business corporation.
That
Interesting.
should be a town.
Which is, yeah, not, I mean, it's, towns don't,
Yeah.
not for-profit business.
Right.
And the status is expired because it hasn't been re-registered, and there's no current registered agent listed, which that's something you use. Typically, registered agent is who the public would know they can look to if they want to go sue or make, or serve a party or whatever. Every business, has something. It's easy with a town, because
Yeah,
really
it's
it's the town clerk typically, I mean, that's cool.
It's only
whatever.
$25.
But
It's not
it
anything.
just probably that, but
But-
I'll look into it and see, because that, I mean, I would think you'd want to be listed as a for-business
Yeah, that would
corporation,
be-
because that opens you up to all kinds of.
Yeah, all
Well,
kinds
that-
of
Yeah, I guess
ramifications.
I'm missing.
I know where that's
I didn't know
going, because
municipalities had to
originally it was a
register.
trading post.
Wouldn't
Right.
that be the same thing, like,
And
when-
Fred
when
Tryon-
you do your EIN numbers
This
and
stuff.
register and all that stuff?
I don't know.
What's that?
I didn't know that municipalities had to register as a.
It's kind of interesting, but and Nathan may be correct if it went back to historically, if the town would originate as a trading post before it was, because that's a pre-statehood date.
Yeah, Fred Tryon.
I mean,
It
I
was a
don't-
trading post before it was ever a township.
And
Interesting.
So that may be why, and so I'll look into it
I
and see,
I just know the other
because,
towns, I mean, as a
Like,
business owner, if we were,
if us being registered, like what, is it just so somebody else can't use our, like the town? of
well, I mean, there's
or
that too,
whatever?
but I don't, yeah, I
just
mean,
like, we're still here, we're still,
but I'll look into it and see, because that's interesting, I hadn't even thought about that, but let me take a look and see, yeah. I can just look at that.
absolutely.
Yeah,
yeah,
you can
yeah.
actually, you can actually backtrack that trading post to being Fouts.
Through what? Nathan?
The
Say that.
trading post was originally based up at where Four Corners is,
Yeah,
and was known as Fouts.
yeah, I think I read that, yeah.
And then Fred S. Tryon opened the properties down here, and they moved the trading post down here. And so, you know, Little House on the Prairie type thing going on. And then it went out, like my house is in the Parrott's Addition, which was a great big acreage that belonged to the last name Parrott. And he divided it up, and mine's been here since 1900s, so.
Interesting.
I believe that house on Main Street that they fixed up, it was the trading post. I may be wrong, but there was somebody, I can't think of his, Bob, Jimmy, you might know who I'm talking about. He was, on me too, that's why I'm having trouble. But he was saying that he actually found newspaper clippings and stuff inside the walls. And I think it was the trading post. They got all the new siding with the stars and stuff
Yeah.
on it.
Cherry, Maine.
Well, and all the other
All
towns,
Whitman? He's the one that is right across from the well,
No, it's,
like Great West, or Tony
yeah,
Salmon's?
from the well.
Yeah.
No,
all
not Whitman,
Whitman.
no, Whitman, one north.
Tony Salmon's.
so when I was researching, all the other towns around us are in use, and it's, like I said, it's just $25 a year. I don't really know if we can get in trouble, but it's
Well, I
something.
mean, if you're an actual for-business corporation, then you're out of existence there. If you were an LLC and you let this lapse, then you're no longer an LLC, and that removes your limited liability. A town only has so much liability, I mean, but it probably needs to be, somebody looks and see if we can update it
I
and
mean,
make
it's
a better
like Kearney,
description.
Agra,
Right.
Guthrie, Perkins.
Right.
Good. 10:13, consider discussion and action on town EIN number to Heather Hinkle for bank login.
I said that first.
Oh, did you? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's been taken care of. Number 11, new business. None, no new business. 12, adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
I'll second.
Heather, yes.
James, yes. You guys ready?
I was saying, maybe you take these stuff.
Okay.
We can do it in here, so we can send it.
What time?
Just whatever. You come after me.
I can do it on my way, I gotta do a cushion in the morning to do a blood draw, and on my way back, I'll just swim through.
Town of Tryon Board of Trustees Utility Meeting, May 5th, 2026, at 7:24 p.m. First Baptist Church, 122 North 1st Street, Tryon, Oklahoma. Agenda, number 1, call to order. Number 2, roll call.
Jenny here.
Nathan here.
Heather here.
James here. 3, consideration action on consent agenda. Approval of the minutes for March 10th, 2026, April 7th, 2026. Same, yeah, same thing, same motion. Table.
I move that we table the minutes from March 2nd, 2026 and April 7th, 2026 until our next special meeting.
Yes. 3.2, approval of monthly department head reports.
I didn't have enough time to show him, like, the other reports that we've done in the past, so. Yeah.
It's
No,
good.
thank you.
Yep.
It's really good. We're very impressed. Thank you.
Appreciate your help. What you want to do?
Yeah, it's been exciting. Any questions?
Need a motion to, you don't have any questions, motion to accept department head reports.
I'll make a motion to accept the department head report.
Heather second.
Jenny, yes.
James, yes. 3.3, approval of monthly financial reports.
Same thing as that.
Need a motion to table it.
The all report.
I move that we table the financial reports and the monthly claims for the utility side until our next special meeting next week.
I'll second.
Heather, yes.
James, yes. I almost read 3.4.
Well, sniped you.
4, consideration items removed from consent agenda. No. 5, public appearances, petitions, demonstrants, communications, and personal appearances.
I just wanna ask, why is the monthly claims and stuff getting tabled to the special meeting?
It's,
When it's QuickBooks.
QuickBooks was messing up, and
Um,
messed up all them months.
So we're done, we got it caught up then?
Brittney's figured out how to get it corrected. We're just in the process of going through all those back reports and getting them rebuilt so that we can print them out and actually approve them.
Okay.
And then as far as the monthly claims, those are the POs that go with it. So without having both, it's hard to approve one without the other.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Next Thursday.
Is that the only, appearance? Anybody else? Okay, 6, proposal of the Board of Trustees of the Town of Tryon entering an executive session in accordance with Title 25, Section 307, subsection B-1, discussing employment, hiring, appointment, promotion, demotion, disciplinary or resignation of any individual salaried public official or employee. 6.1.1, John Fox, exit interview. 6.1.2, interview or appointment of board member. 6.1.3, discussion mayor and vice mayor positions. Need a motion to enter executive session?
I make a motion we
Can you
enter
guys
executive
do all that?
session.
John's not here.
I was gonna say, do we
Yeah.
really need to do
Well,
so
we
since?
were gonna.
I would like to at least discuss 6.1.1.
Yep.
I made the motion.
I did.
She made a motion.
Also.
Jenny, yes.
James, yes.
I mean, John may be out there right now. I guess we should look and see.
They haven't been finalized.
No, you got it good, that's why I asked the question.
I hid in the dark. I was like, oh. Thank you.
bring you anything else other than just my signature?
No, yep, just your good pen, your lucky pen.
My lucky
Or you
pen?
can use an office pen, whatever you.
The old John Hancock. First man signed that pressure in minutes, probably.
I've read that somewhere.
Did you read that somewhere? That's good. Yeah, dude, no more pajamas.
Oh, that's John's or something?
You know, it's like I told her she should have just let him know that it's after the year wear, not sweats, and that would have made him play a little better.
I think the yellow duckies.
It was obviously the Cookie Monster britches. You know what I mean? They were the dead giveaway that they're pajamas. And you could be comfortable and still be wearing solid colors. I don't feel like we're asking for a lot here.
Pink fuzzy slippers?
Yeah,
No, they're orange.
adjacent. They were adjacent to that. Well, they weren't exactly such, but pretty close. I mean, for what it's worth, do we really need to discuss the fact that, like, I don't think I've seen a single person enter that building in the 3 years I've lived here looking in a professional manner in any capacity, from the customer to the people inside. Like, that's just, I feel like it's, you know, she should be able to wear her breeches. There's only any complaints from me. Business casual distraction, let her see.
I can't with this.
I'm just saying, man, hey, I mean,
Oh, man.
nobody says, hey, I want to read a good book, but be really uncomfortable when I'm doing it, you know?
And we got all those cool chairs over there, then. They don't have to wear comfortable clothes.
Dude, they have got some surprisingly comfortable apparatuses for sitting in that library.
I want to take one of them pink chairs home.
Dude, I sat
I'd
in
never
one-
get out of that chair.
I
just
sat in one of the, when we were having that meeting with that homework fellow, and I thought, I'm looking at this, I would never buy this. But sitting in it, I was like, my back is finding this to be quite agreeable. I look ridiculous, but my back is agreeing with it a lot.
Do you know that they like tilt back? Like you can
Yes.
almost like lay back in them?
Yes, it's like,
What?
Yeah.
so when you
Those are
come
like
into
the
the,
coolest chairs.
when you come into town hall to give us your signature, the library has these chairs, man, they're like an egg, but the whole front half of it is missing and it's hollowed out. And so the idea behind it is the kids can, you know, inside this
Curl
little,
up in there and read a
inside
good
this
book.
little leg and stuff. As a grown adult male, I was like, you have enough chairs in that room, so I sat in one when we were having this meeting, and I thought, this chair looks ridiculous, but it is quite comfortable. It's like, you know, I mean, I guess at a certain point, if you're like, well, that's my special nook, you know, that's my reading nook, so I keep my egg chair in there, you know. It's like I would never own one personally, but it was really comfortable. I was surprised.
At least not one that somebody can see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's my thinking.
I would let whoever wanted to see it, and I would be
Absolutely
curled up in
not,
there.
dude. No. No, listen, because let me tell you something, okay? That's how you wind up with a nickname like Soft Boiled. Is your friends find out you have an egg chair, and they're like, watch out, here comes Soft Boiled, man. You know what I mean? Like, I remember being a kid, and kids are ruthless, but you know what's even more ruthless? Adult trades guys. Okay?
That's true.
Adult tradesmen are just as ruthless as the schoolyard, man. You gotta be careful.
Mm-hmm.
They'll snatch you up quick with the nicknames. I had a dear friend of mine, wonderful guy. He's Honey Mustard. Because he wore this shirt he let his wife pick out for him. It was like a Hawaiian shirt. It just looked like Honey Dijon Mustard. That fella could not run away fast enough from the Honey Dijon. He would just say, Honey Mustard, what's up, bud? Like, even the owner of the company called this fella Honey Mustard. I'm like, man, that's what happens when you wear things that aren't three colors, okay? Your whites, your blacks, your grays, that's it. Occasionally the forest green is acceptable as well, but
This is actually going to buy faster than I thought. Oh my gosh, it's only 7:33.
Yeah, no, it's still daylight.
Really?
Ah, man.
I was like, is that what I think it is?
with these,
What?
about 8:30,
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, get stretching and going.
Oh, better hit the old dusty trail. It's about nightfall.
Last night I went to bed, I think it was like 9:30.
Dude, stayed up, I was watching something the other day. I can't remember what I was watching, but I stayed up till like midnight, and I thought, my God, dude, it is unbelievably past my bedtime. And then I looked at myself and I thought, who are you? Like, who are you? So, I'm literally
You realize he's getting old.
I'm getting old. That's
It
more
was
of the story.
7:45 and he was like ready with his pillow and his blanket.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Expecting to be tucked in with my warm glass of
87.
milk.
Did you say with your warm milk?
Yeah, I said with my warm glass of milk, and I expect to be tucked in as well. That's what I said.
No.
My dad does that with honey.
Dude, I can't do the warm liquid stuff like that. Like when people are like, "Oh, drink a hot Dr. Pepper when you're sick," I'm like, that is gross. Like that, the Lord did
Well,
not.
that'll make you turn up and make you
Exactly.
They didn't tell you it was gonna make, the other
They
side
didn't
of
say
it.
how you're gonna feel better. They just
They
said
said
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
feel
feel
better. Yeah.
There's a guy who used to live in town. He was an older gentleman. Gasway was his last name. He lived across the street from the military shop. Claude, I think it was, Claude Gasway.
They're still there.
No, he died a long time ago. My family always called him his nine because him and his wife, Annabelle, you probably know who I'm talking about. He drove around in a red and white, like Ford, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
They both long passed away or whatever, but when I worked at the gas station up here, he would come in, it was like 117 outside. He's mowing the yard and everything. Like, that man went until he died. Like, worked every day.
That's how my grandpa was.
Yeah, he came in to drink coffee. And like,
My
how...
grandpa did more by 11 o'clock in the morning than most men do all day.
Yeah, that's how my grandpa was.
But that's a whole nother time.
Yeah, different work ethic back then.
Shit. That ain't nobody. Doris does the same thing. She'll be out there mowing, well, when she used to mow it before we took over doing it, she would mow and be everything, and she'd be sitting there drinking her hot coffee. And I'm like,
I was like, how do you do
how
that?
can you drink hot coffee?
The steam coming up out of your cup is making me like sweat to
No,
death.
I tell you what, I worked with some fellas that we were doing a road job over on Hester Street in Stillwater, middle of July, hot as can be. And for lunch, they're like, hey, you gotta go get lunch? I'm like, yeah, sure, where you want? They're all like, menudo. And I'm like, sure. I don't know what menudo is, but great.
Well, yeah, they told me, but they're still.
Yeah, hot soup. He's gonna want to eat hot soup for lunch in the middle of July.
I just sat down.
You're like, I was not comfortable. I'm like,
Well, from here on out, you won't have to come back out here with the rest of it.
No, I popped a rib on earlier today, and
Oh,
putting a temperature sensor in a water pump. Now I'm trying to figure out how I did it. Hey, let me know.
Okay. 40 is back on. Number 7, re-enter regular meeting from executive session. Your motion?
I move that we re-enter into regular meeting from executive session.
I'll second.
Heather, yes.
James, yes. 8 is consider discussion action on matters discussed in executive session. 6.1.1, John Fox exit interview. Nothing we can do. He's not here for his exit interview. 6.1.
I think
On
so.
that, I did just want to be able to say, for the record, that there was nothing wrong with keeping John on as the utility clerk pro tem, I guess, basically, to be able to train Spencer. However, there just was not enough time for us from when he told us he wanted to stay to be able to have a meeting and vote on it and do it properly.
We won't be, we don't want to start retro voting.
Yep.
That's not how it's supposed to be done.
6.1.2, interview and appointment of board members was done in the regular meeting. 6.1.3, discussion of mayor and vice mayor was done in the regular meeting.
Yes.
I think you have to just,
Yeah.
we've done it, but I think you have
You just
to
say
only
they
adopt
make
it
it.
Oh,
to make
And
sure.
then it'll-
That way we don't have somebody else.
6.1.2, interview and
Yes.
appointment of board members.
Thank you.
I move that we elect Jim Hampton as the...
No, board member.
Oh, is it board member? Oh. I move that we invite Sean Sarr to the empty position on the board.
Heather, second.
Nathan, yes.
James, yes. 6.1.3, discussion of mayor and vice mayor position.
I move that we appoint Jim Hampton as the mayor to finish out the rest of the open term.
I'll second.
Heather, yes.
James abstains.
And I'll make a motion that, Jenna Taylor Nick as our vice mayor.
I'll second. James, yes.
Jen abstains.
Number 9, miscellaneous. 9.1, consideration discussion action on expansion plan update.
I'm still waiting, do you wanna discuss what we talked about in?
Yeah,
the middle?
so we are waiting to hear back from Travis from ORWA to give us the list of engineering firms so that we can do a hydraulic study, which is what they said we're gonna need to have done with our lagoons to make sure we have the ability to sustain what this gentleman's wanting to do, which is roughly, napkin math, 108,000 gallons per month needed for his potential development.
What is he?
Water?
Yes, water.
What is he doing that needs that much water a month?
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you might ask.
Yeah.
So he's got,
A lot of showers.
well, he's got 49 acres there planned. He wants to do 6 houses in the first stage and theoretically 30 houses when he's done. And then he wants to put in a shopping center on the corner for a farmer's market. And he also, is claiming it to be affordable housing,
Tiny homes.
Tiny homes is what he's suggesting. And he's,
On Seven All.
his thing is a community garden. He had a lot
On
of talk
Seven
about.
All.
Oh, okay.
Did you say you could find the community garden?
We tried,
Yeah,
and we don't need to talk about that.
yeah,
That was the
Agreed.
wording.
yeah. But,
Where the old Grove house was, out south, he's bought all that property. He said that he's wanting to turn that building into, like, where they actually, where they built everything for the houses, they're trying to keep the cost down. And then after the building is completed, he wants to turn it into an event center.
yeah, he's wanting to use the old facility he's got as a prefab facility to build the pieces of the houses on site, move them from said facility, erect them on whatever plots of land that he has plotted out in his plan on site, and then eventually turn that same space, once all the structures are built, he wants to turn it into an event center to coincide with the shopping center that he wants to have planned. He didn't have a written up plan or anything for us specifically to look at, but he said that he was gonna be working on that, getting us some kind of drawing of a site map of exactly what he's got planned to go where.
I like
But he's
some of
not-
the thoughts of
Okay, but
it,
he's not
but
saying what he's gonna be growing?
He basically kind of he alluded to like melons and all sorts of different varieties of crops and things.
Mushrooms or what?
Well, again, he was a little gray on that.
We're still waiting for a confirmation on exactly what vegetables he's looking for.
Yeah, because when you're vague on
Yeah.
growing things, the first
Yeah,
thing I think is
we all had the same thought.
He
And,
said he would have
oh,
done that a couple years ago, but then with the laws changing or whatever, it just got too much, and that's what's caused him to.
and I like the guy. I mean, I really like him.
I did as well.
But it
Wow.
and is this gonna cost us anything to have
It's-
OG&E come and run their testing?
it would be OW.
We have to get a hold of
I
that.
said OG&E again,
Yeah.
sorry.
ORWA is gonna give us some engineering firms to contact, and that there is a potential that a development grant could handle it, having the hydraulic study done. But he basically told us there's a full-on version of this hydraulic study that's far more expensive, and then there's a lesser version of it that would be more like scratching the surface kind of a thing, and then it would be less expensive, but we're
Well,
still
if
waiting
you
on
do
it.
any Fed grants,
Yes,
obviously, we can't be.
yes,
We need to
100%.
know
Yeah,
exactly
Travis,
what-
yeah,
Right,
Travis
we'll
told me
have
to
to-
directly ask him,
If they're gonna be moving.
what the
in
garden
water,
is,
we're gonna have to
and-
Well, that's kind of what the hydraulic studies is gonna give us the information.
I don't need a study to know that.
Yeah,
That was-
yeah, we
yeah,
need.
that was-
but no,
I
we did-
agree.
60 years
Whoa,
old.
there's a lot
That's
of
not
talking
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
We did, can you explain more on how we're not using one of the lagoons? So that was kind of a big
well, we're
one
using,
too. I don't
we're
remember
using
what-
all of the lagoons,
Yeah.
but Lagoon 4 is managing, to stay pretty low to where we don't have a lot of,
Right,
discharge.
yeah.
So he said because of how the lagoons have been sustaining themselves and how we've been doing things, that he doesn't see a problem with the lagoon.
Right.
Obviously, some of the infrastructure, just because it's old, we need to update it, and that's gonna have a lot more use with that capacity. Once those units do, if it gets to where it gets connected, we'll just have to do like upgrades on that, but as far as the sewer side, they don't have And
Yeah, they said the
I think our
lagoons
lagoons can sustain it.
in theory could sustain,
I
yes.
just feel like before we go too far, I think we need
We
some
need some-
clarification, because there's really no point in going too far down
I
the
mean,
rabbit
the houses-
hole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Travis had us,
I mean-
there's 3 different things that we have to, I'm still checking in on the annexing, how that all works. And then,
What I mean is like, do we,
well, we have to see how that process, like what that is, if it's something that we can even do, if it's,
Well,
like there's
or-
certain steps he wants
or
us to
we-
go.
we pass a code
Yeah.
where
we
nothing
don't
like
have one,
that,
because we did talk about.
like that
We talked about
can't
that
be
too.
in Seaton. It's just like, the trailer park was a drug treatment center. And so when that went under, that's the first thing I did was, hey, we cannot have drug treatment centers in our community.
Within the confines of town, right. Which I don't think that's a great idea.
So I'm a little confused here though, because when most housing developers put in, aren't they the ones usually required to pay for the engineering studies to see if it's feasible?
Well, I agree with you, however, because it's a study of our infrastructure to be able to handle what they wanna do, I think that's why it would potentially fall on our end of it.
So
because
I
it's
I
our
know
system.
from, and I know, Lincoln, Nebraska's way away, and it's, it's not comparable, but the developers were the ones responsible for doing all of that,
Well,
for
I think
doing
we
traffic
would be the ones
studies
to make
and.
that, right? 'Cause that's kind of what,
They
we'd be
were-
the ones to,
Enforce
say
that,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
we would be
I'm-
the ones to enforce it.
Yeah, so.
But would that
I just
have
don't
to
want it
be in
cost us
writing?
for nothing.
Well, one thing that occurs, because it's come up in other contexts, but I think your sense isn't wrong, and I do think that the private developers, and you can look to them and say, look, you're gonna have to help bear some of the cost to make this happen. However, before you get to that point, if the question is, the town wants to understand whether this is feasible from whether our existing infrastructure can do this, that's probably something that you may bear the cost of trying to go do. Especially if, and I'm not saying that's the motivation, but if you're gonna get into the whole, we're not gonna approve chosen development of private property, we're not doing that. You have to have your ducks in a row for the why you're exercising that discretionary power today versus, no, we don't like the sound of it, we don't think we can get there from here. Does that make sense? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't just go, we don't like the way that sounds.
Right, so if you've got concerns, then you have to kind of do that study and say, look, we just can't do that, so sir, if you want to do this, here's what you're gonna have to go do to help, because we
Propose
can't.
something back to them.
Right.
Right.
Okay. I think, though, I do agree with the other members here that we need to find out exactly what he
Well, and I
wants to
did-
grow in the garden.
Yeah, I did flat out ask,
Yeah.
and
And it was still
got the,
cagey.
The answer was
Around
vegetables,
the
the answer was a variety
Tell
of
them that we needed to
vegetables.
but then it was also, I recall
Oh,
them
yeah.
saying, I don't think we need to talk about that.
Do you have his email address?
Yeah.
I don't have
Right.
a email address, but
Okay, that's
but I
what
can
he
have
said,
him email.
yes.
me.
A list of what all he's wanting and everything,
Yeah.
that way we can write it.
Yeah, hold on, hang on.
Sounds like he's building a commune.
It
Yeah.
kinda, it had some of those vibes.
That was my thought
I
on
mean,
it.
I'm
Is
all
that
about
the-
Trustees, but.
Okay.
Right.
So then, no action on
No
that
action,
one?
none. 9.2, consideration discussion action on bank loan update, Grant Street update, Oklahoma Street lift station update, and well 1 update.
We have, I turned everything over to the bank, they processed everything, they've set, Richard and Hampton has went up and signed the paperwork. Hampton got the check today, we will be depositing it tomorrow. And I've already talked to Orr 2 days ago, what is day, Tuesday, no, actually yesterday. I talked to him yesterday, told him that we have the funds. We just need to see when they can get out and start.
And that's on what, the Grant Street?
It's on 3 different projects.
All
The
the-
well
all
houses,
those?
yep, it's to cover all those projects. We may have to pay, I think we're like $900
Yeah.
short, so we'll have to pay out of pocket for that,
Right.
but yeah. They said they have to get with their, project manager to see what their schedule is, and they'll get back with me, so I'll touch base with them tomorrow.
And so that's going to fix the issue of Grant Street, the
Yep.
sewer thing. We're going, is the lift station, is that the one that we keep having to have
Oklahoma.
septic pumped?
Uh-huh.
And then well one is the one that has the hole in the elbow that we also need to raise up?
Yep, yeah.
Do they got that part?
Yeah, they said they're ready to go, we just have to schedule in. And speaking of the well house, I know this might be up on the, I can't remember if it's on the agenda, but the leak that we did have when I went to check it yesterday, as I opened the door, it blew out even more. So we got a hold of, luckily Travis was coming from Tulsa going through. He stopped and plugged it off temporarily until we can get more out here. So it's,
That comment's important.
yeah.
Yes.
Right now it has a piece of wood
That will,
with the ratchet strap tied
Yeah,
to it.
no, seriously, yeah.
But it
Yeah,
actually
that's
is
what
not
they-
leaking any now.
And I asked, I was like, that's an approved fix, right? He was like, yes, that is an approved traditional fix.
Yeah,
And I
Travis
think the
is one-
takeaway is stop opening that door.
I went to check it, and make sure nothing's changed, and as soon as I opened it, I was like, well, that was it.
Just peek through the cracks.
So,
just-
I do have, their estimates.
Yes.
Do we have anything from them explaining what the plan would be? And we haven't talked about any change orders.
There shouldn't be any change orders for one.
Well, if something happens.
Yes.
What,
Once they start digging.
Yeah, once they
Yeah,
crack
which-
into it.
which that's not
we'll have to
exactly.
cross, I know, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, we just need to watch.
Because that's not an action plan, that's just basically more or less a parts list and numbers, you know what I mean? We don't
And
know.
it has hours for hands, we just gotta
Okay,
make
that's-
sure that,
Yeah,
we just have to make sure that
Yeah, when I
that
touch base with them tomorrow, I
they're not
can get more
working
details.
10 and saying, oh, we'll be there 20 hours, and then want to do a change order, that's all.
right.
is that it? 9.2, consideration discussion and action on the 2025-2026 fiscal year budget.
Same as on the side.
I move that we table this until our next special meeting next week, after we have financial reports completed.
I'll second.
Heather, yes.
James, yes. 9.3, consideration discussion and action on the water testing schedule plan.
What's others?
Well, and that was something that carried over from last month, so we just need to make sure, there was some discussion in their last meeting about changing the places we're pulling from.
Updating
and
the testing sites.
we just gotta make sure we do it legally, and I know now the timeframe's not here in my mind, but it's soon, like maybe next month.
Yeah, I have
So we just
told-
need to, we can't just go pull anywhere, they
Yeah.
have to know
Yeah,
how many.
yes. I told, Joe that we would get together and get those updated and then get his calendar scheduled to like when certain testings are due so we can get back on track.
And I know we have to answer to, not coming to-
Accurate.
Yes, Accurate Labs, correct.
9.4, consideration discussion and action on current software update.
So we have signed with them. So we did have to pay them $800 to get them started on it. So this way we should be able to be up and live and everything completely off G-Works by the 1st of July for the new fiscal year. We are currently going through, and one of the things that we're doing with Spencer as kind of an opportunity to train as well as look at things is going through and verifying water utility payments that we know we have versus what's in the computer. How far have we gone back on PayPal?
So far, I've made it to January the 1st, and there's a couple of the accounts that I've gone through that I've had to go back as far as
Of
October.
2026?
Of January 26 for everyone.
Yep.
And then some of them I'm having to go back further towards October, September of 25.
Yep, and we're verifying payment
Yes.
from PayPal to what's in G-Works line by line.
Yep.
After that, we're gonna have to get a little creative how to figure out how to verify everything from checks and money orders. So that way, when we move over to current software, we can get it moved over as correct as we can.
I have a plan for that. I say plan tentatively is to look at, and it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's bank statements versus what G-Works says is going to be the only way in my mind to track it. But it's just going to take a little bit of sifting. Yeah.
So not everything will be corrected in time to be over in current software, but as many problems as we can mitigate now is less problems to have to deal with after the fact. So then what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and take our database, they're going to go ahead and get that into their system, and then the month of May, hopefully, the end of May, billing will be concurrent to where they will run the billing at the same time we run it in G-Works, and we can compare if it's the same. So that way, come July 1st, we can just tell G-Works that we're done and not have to pay for any more in the new year with
And
them.
then I assume as you do start finding the end results of some of these, we're gonna have to take those steps and
Yep.
Yes.
see, yeah.
Have we gotten any kind of I saw an email that went through about getting like meetings set up on calendars to meet with them?
Not yet, that's what we have to schedule, cause
Okay.
they give me a couple of different emails, like do logins and start like a minor onboarding and stuff.
Yep.
Not pulling anything over yet, but those have been completed. He
Yeah.
said that he needs to get with me about a 30-minute meeting.
Yep, I'd like to be on that if that's okay.
Okay,
So.
yeah.
And anybody else too, as long as
Yeah.
we just can't have more than 2 people, 2 board members.
Okay, is that it?
That's it.
Okay, 9.5, consideration, discussion, action on mayor signing Elton Moore's letter.
Has that been done yet?
So, the letter is basically drafted, believe it or not, the people with technology issues are just the town. But I've got it drafted, and then it occurred to me as it got late in the day that I would wait until we had official action to have a new mayor that's gonna be the one, so I'm gonna have it finished, and it'll be emailed, so you can get it to the new mayor, Mayor Hampton, to sign on behalf of the town, so there we go. Rather than have some kind of weird question of what's going on with
Are we
Brittney.
gonna approve the letter, or is that gonna
I think it was
Should we-
left up to him to write the letter.
It's
So
basically
we
just
need-
kind of
Yeah.
addressing that we're aware of the current situation, that there's no issues with him using his property as long as the wells remain unobstructed, and everybody kind of knows that we're fine, and, there's no issues there, so that he's not worried about future boards coming back and saying, why are these vehicles parked here?
So
So it's
you're-
really fairly generic and it's fairly open.
So you're okay
Next
with
week, we
taking the
just
lead?
read it out.
That way the mayor
Then you
signs
need to
it.
make that motion.
When do you think you'll be able to get that to him to sign?
That will, it's Tuesday, right?
Yes.
It'll be, I'll have it emailed, well, I can email to Brittney or whatever, so she can get it printed, but before this week is up.
Excellent.
So one of his first official acts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, do you maybe make a motion for you to sign it and be done with this and?
I don't think you need a motion,
Okay.
I do, yeah.
Just read it out and sign it.
Okay, consideration discussion, 9.6, consideration discussion action on advertising for utility assistant position.
I don't know whose this is, but I'm gonna be pretty honest here. Now that we are paying competitively, we don't really have money in the budget right now for a utility assistant position. The nice thing that we do have, however, is we have a town clerk who has experience, or a utility clerk that has experience with excavating and digging and can be an assistant for our utility operator when things happen, as well as hopping on a mower one day a week or whatnot to help out there.
So I did put this on there just to something that we need, so.
I don't think we need to.
And
We have
especially,
to
especially with how the software and stuff is so messed up, like our revenue coming in, like we don't know
Don't know
where it's at
where
or what's
it
going
is.
on.
Right, I would,
So it wouldn't be
before
pretty
that's something that I would even say, hey, let's consider it, is we gotta figure out
Yeah.
the other end of it. I mean,
Right.
plain and simple, we just
Well,
don't.
we've always had one, so that was just, I thought we needed
Right, I
to
agree.
keep it.
I don't think we need to close the position.
No, I
You
agree.
No,
know,
right.
we have it with the
Until
town,
we-
but I don't think we need to worry about filling
Let
it
it
right now.
unfold.
Yeah, we just suspend advertising
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
until such time as we
Need a
need.
motion?
Are we currently advertising that one?
no.
No, okay.
So I just make a motion that we hold any future utility assistant position until we have more information.
Or until as needed.
As
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenna seconds.
Nathan, yes.
Jake does. 9.7, consideration discussion action on discontinuing contract labor.
So that was me. Sorry, it was me again, but I mean, it was kind of we just need to figure out now that we have these two guys, we need to make a decision on, I mean, did you guys, I know we don't have a map, so I know we need
9.6
to.
and 9.7 do the same thing. Isn't that the same position?
No.
Well, no,
Yeah,
y'all
I mean,
didn't.
contract
y'all
No,
didn't-
he's mostly just for.
Because the contract laborers are only
Emergency field.
hired or they're as needed or seasonal or whatever, so it's like if you guys don't want a position, you just don't vote to hire
Right.
one.
Well, it's
However-
I think we needed to discuss payment, and now that we have them, it's not really been discussed. Because he was doing the meters, correct?
Yes.
And so now we have Joe.
Yeah,
But-
he's not gonna be needed.
and I think we're supposed to discuss that.
But I think we should, at least for 1 month, to where he can actually show Joe and Spencer both
Yeah.
where things are.
And that's
So I don't think we
agreed.
should.
So I'm just saying we need to, we can't just, if we hired someone now that he did step in to help, and we just need to keep a tab on that.
I would say honestly, after July 1st, I don't see why we would need it anymore for the meter reads.
So put it on, keep it on for next month, okay?
If we know where all the meters are, we wouldn't need him past June, if not even at the end of the month. I mean, let's be clear here, there's a lot of meters in town, but there aren't that many.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
And
just not-
There's,
okay.
between me and
There's not really
him-
that many meters that would be difficult to locate.
Yeah, and between me and Joe, if he doesn't remember where one is or I don't, we're gonna figure it out.
Well, and I think it would be nice one day for you to have just picked up and had a map. So
Yeah,
that's
I
kind of
agree.
something that we
Which
should.
also is not something that's
Yeah.
out of the realm of possibility of creating.
And, you know, you can always knock on
Current
the door
software
and
has
ask.
Yeah.
them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and then we
You know,
could
we have
mark.
diamond maps too.
And we have diamond maps that we
Or
have.
I'll talk to you again.
So we
Yeah,
can-
she
We
told me
have
about that.
diamond maps that we can do that with. We have, current software has mapping capabilities built within it, so.
Right.
But I would say let's keep the door open on that until through June's meter readings, just in case, you know, we need help again for it, which would be the end of the month of June.
Because diamond maps are wrong.
Yeah.
They are.
We need to be
Well,
prepared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
And
that's,
9 through 12, then we can, mark off.
Okay.
Double.
That's double, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's double. Number 10, new business. The only thing I gotta say is, once we get comfortable with the meters, I don't want to estimate.
No.
no,
Absolutely.
There's no reason to estimate anything.
no, I agree.
So,
Well, we do
And
have
that's
a
what-
running list of, because I know my meeting assistants one day,
Also, another thing I wanna bring up is,
my double.
past bills.
Yeah, I wanted to add, I just thought to ask that. Because I asked you to check on that. How are we at with the vendors that the utility side was paying? I know there's a trash company, there's a chemical company that we use. Have you had a chance to figure out who all we use and if
I'm
we're current with them all?
I'm in the process of gathering up who the main vendors are that we have, and then checking in and seeing what is and isn't paid and what's been past paid. And I know the east side, we paid them, but we still owe them for, I believe, last
Good
month.
amount.
So, yeah, I got their invoice today, actually, in my
I told me
email,
it was
so,
on the bills.
Is it only last month that we owe them for?
No,
no.
Do we know how many months we owe them
probably
for?
4.
Probably, yeah, 3, I think the number, I'm gonna say probably 3 or 4. But what months those are, I have not had a chance to go through yet, because I've been dealing with the bills outgoing to the customers, because that's the revenue stream.
That's another thing on customers. I would like to see past due, customers,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like delinquent.
delinquent accounts, taken care of.
Yep, I'm working on that as well, and that's part of what going through and adjusting and putting in the PayPal payments that weren't entered in to find out what is owed by who, and then we can go forward from there. Because in my mind, past due, that may be what it says, but if you're not actually past due that amount.
Because the reason why, this is a business.
Oh, I agree,
Our
100%,
business,
yeah.
you get money from water.
Yeah.
And if people are not paying their bills, then we need to take care of that now.
Well, and that's the same mindset that I have, that's our revenue stream right there, and if it's off or people aren't paying and, being allowed to lapse for that many months, it only gets bigger.
I will tell you with current software that when you look at the main dashboard, you will actually see alerts and be able to pull reports very easily as to not just delinquency, but by, if somebody 3 weeks delinquent or are they 7 months delinquent, you can actually differentiate some of that.
Right.
You know, I don't wanna be the bad guy. but-
No.
I agree with you, I agree 100%, and, yeah, we've all talked about it and what that process is, because there are some that are
It was
exorbitantly high.
left for too long,
Yeah, that's some that are exorbitantly high.
so, yeah.
And then the only other new business I have is I just want to be able to thank Joe and thank Spencer for we told you guys in your interviews that there's a lot of issues there, so.
Thank you, guys.
Jumping head first into it,
Yeah.
no questions, yeah.
And, what, is that it? Okay, need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
Heather, yes.
James?
I know, right there, man, right there.
We're off the record anyway.
All right, here's your gift.
Oh, thank you.
That may or may not.
I know Jim said it's not required, but it was.
Okay, I will look to see what I can. Was that?
Thank you, man.
That's where.
Are you sure?
You can see it's stripped.
Okay. Nothing.
If not, I better be, right?
Yeah, you're ready.
And he's.
My wife texted me, she said, "Would you should be up there?" I said, "Do not,
With the QuickBooks thing, and
I know, good work."
And get that number on.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, I was gonna, if you're around Thursday at 10, I don't think anybody else besides myself and Brittney have committed.
I just felt last couple days I was kind of being
Thursday
pulled
at
in
10.
different directions. Of course, this is my job and my priority, but they're my kid, and also
County emergency.
I will hop in.
You want all those?
Actually, I caught her on that.
That didn't work.
We've been.
And I don't, I told,
Well, because I
they
remember
don't
back
have training, and I don't wanna just
when
like throw them
Andy
into it, so I've been
was-
trying to do my stuff and help them.
and,
At
you
the
know,
same
we
time.
tried to put,
But I told
I'm trying to talk
her
bad about
we were
No.
talking about
anybody,
it,
you
what
know,
our plans
we
are,
don't think that.
as I'm like,
Well, no,
But I mean,
oh,
we,
what are you
I mean,
gonna do
but we
about
got
yourself? My truth and
stoned.
audit on everything.
We
And
got,
then
I
when
felt
you
like
get
we
the
got
audit done,
stoned.
then I'll sit down with you, and by then I should have the financials done. And then we can work together on that, and then move forward, and then I'll show them how to do like delinquencies and notices, and like what the procedure is of sending them a letter, and, cause he's literally is on
Something going,
every, like,
we
he's like,
have
this
got
is
to
business,
get
like, this is
back.
He's
in
jumping on it.
compliance.
Yeah, so.
I just
Gotta
think
be,
if you're,
gotta be
if you're,
something.
well, I don't think anybody else is committed.
I can talk to my boss. He doesn't know that I'm not coming in tomorrow.
And there's a.
How long do you think the
Shut
meeting is?
turn the lights off and stuff.
Maybe an hour, maybe 2. I mean,
No,
I
no,
mean,
you're
you can
good.
stay as long as
I'm on-
you,
Heather
you need
don't
to
have
go,
time
you
on-
go.
Where's it at?
Just a town hall at 10
Question.
on Thursday, and we
Okay.
text you.
Now, I said.
Okay, here at our town hall?
Yep, she said she'd come to us, and I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
But